All right, so today we're going to be doing a little maintenance on the Bobcat. It's time to sharpen the blades. Um, you can sort of see when the blades need to be sharpened when you're double cutting or triple cutting lawns. It's extremely frustrating, but you can actually see in the grass blade, if it's tearing the blades as opposed to giving you a nice even cut on the grass blade, and it's definitely time to sharpen it. So I got the lift here, so I'm going to prop that under the deck and lift up, and we're going to use the impact wrench to zip off the bolts, and then I'll sharpen it with an angle grinder. You can also use like a little disc sander or one of those disc. I guess that's what it is. I guess it's like a disc sander or something like that, because it'll shave a minute amount off. With the angle grinder, it'll grind off a good bit. But anyway, but yeah, we'll lift it up and we'll get those off. Yeah, it's every weekend or so I'm out here sharpening the blades, so it's a bit of a production. It makes it easier when you have the lift. When you have the impact wrench, the angle grinder, it's 30-minute process to do this mower and the smaller one. So I'll hoist this up and we'll get a photo of zipping the blades off. All right, so I propped this thing up. Again, this is the Daytona. It's a 3-ton engine lift. I picked this one up from Harbor Freight. Great lift. It was the more expensive one. I think it was like $200, but the build quality on it was just was amazing. And I actually used it on the truck too. When I had a flat tire, I was switching out the spare. So I just secure it right underneath the deck. And it's solid. It's in place there. I just got to be careful because with the back end, I don't want to push it too hard, so it'll be right up against the pavement. But underneath the deck, let's see. There's I'll use a scraper too to scrape out most of it. I'm just sort of in a hurry today, so I'm just going to do the blade sharpening. So I'll zip off the 3. And you might have some threads and stuff that's stuck under there, but yeah, I mean, mainly when you get into August and the really warm months, July, June, when there's not a lot of rain, it's the deck is a lot cleaner underneath because you're not gonna have as much stuff sticking under there. Yeah, so I'll bring the cord around and I'll zip off all the bolts, and we'll show you the blade sharpening. So see you in a bit, guys. All right, so I have the impact wrench there. It's just a corded one. I just opt for the simple one. The battery ones are more convenient, so it's probably easier to get one of those. This is the one I had. It's one of those things from Harbor Freight, which I would recommend. With Harbor Freight, it's either hit or miss, but this thing is awesome. I've been using it for 2 seasons now, and you can see I haven't been easy on it. It's been beat up, but yeah, just great. Great. I just taking these off, all throughout the season. So yeah, I'll just go underneath and zip those off, and we'll start grinding. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using. Chicago Electric. They're I don't know if there's a model number or something on there. There's a serial number. But yeah, the impact wrench makes life so much easier than using a breaker bar or something else and trying to wedge it underneath the deck. It takes so long. It's too much of a pain in the ass. All right, so all the blades have been removed, so you can see the configuration is you have the bolt here, you got a big washer here, and this spacer in between. So yeah, we'll just take all these off and grab the grinder. I may have to switch out the cutting disc because I think I just have a big disc on there. And, we need a more fine grit thing, so I'll show you that in a sec. So I use this Milwaukee grinder, great product. This is the 4.5-inch grinder. However, I don't recommend using these wheels because they just cut away too much material. So I use one of these fine grit flap discs, so it's an 80 grit 4.5-inch grinding wheel, I guess. And yeah, so I just switched that out with this one. And then, I have the vise here. It's an Irwin vise. It's all rusty. It was outside. And I can just grind into the groove there. And I'll just wear a mask when you grind because it smells terrible and it can't be good for you. So I'll grind, this side, which is obviously the cutting face, and then I'll actually do the back side too. Just 1 or 2 light passes just to buff that out. But you want it to be, straight along the back, and you want to perpetuate that angle on the front there. So we're going to do that with all the blades, and then we'll switch them back on the other. Alrighty, so I sharpened all 3, so all 3 are done. You can see glistening on the edge. So in order to properly sharpen the blade, you want to maintain that angle. So that's either a 30 or I guess it's 25 to 35 degree angle. So you're shooting for probably something in between, so like 30-degree angle, whatever the manual recommends. And so you're going to want to do a number of passes along this edge. So however many it takes just to clean up the edge, because you'll see you'll get little rifts and little jagged edges in there, so you want to clean it up. And I always do 1 or 2 strokes along the back, you know, not really grinding away at the side, but just enough to clean it up. So, you know, when I angle it down, there's a nice clean edge. And, you know, this doesn't have to be razor sharp. You know, it doesn't need to be razor sharp to cut grass, but you want to make sure that, you know, all the nicks and stuff are out of the blade. So we're going to zip these back on. Oh, it's thundering. So we'll zip these back on, and yeah, I'll be done for the day. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You can check out the video description for some cool stuff. We got some apparel, some of the stuff that I use down there, so you feel free to check that out. But yeah, make sure you subscribe just to stay updated with all the newest content. And yeah, let me hear your comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks. Have a good one.